Doggie, what's up?
Listen. Shout out to everybody. Listen. Let me tell y'all something. When you speaking the truth, you're gonna have a little challenge. You're gonna have a little, Wi-Fi. Instagram ain't let me go live, but now I'm here. We here. Label store. I got a special treat for you guys tonight. I got two gentlemen that I've been admiring for years. I've been watching Doggie Diamond for years. I've been watching Knowledge for years. Me and Doggie Diamond was supposed to collaborate years ago. And everything is coming full circle now. So this conversation I wanted to talk about the importance of being independent, which Doggie you know about, Knowledge you know about, the importance of being independent, and what type of motivation do you need to have in order to be independent, right? So Doggie, I'm gonna ask you the first question. How have you been able to basically build this empire? You've been through a lot, bro. Like, I mean, are you there? You still there?
I think we just lost him.
See what I'm saying? Oh my God, Doggie, send a request.
Here he is. Here we go.
They don't want this truth out.
Yo, we fighting.
They don't want this truth out.
I can't even see you, but I can hear you, so we good.
Okay.
I see him. He good. We good.
So smart.
Yeah.
Smart. This is what's deep, right? So now let's tell the people the first big interview you ever got. Who helped you?
Doggie Diamonds.
So when they say I don't show love to other platforms and I don't help people, could you let them know what I do, fam?
Wait, Knowledge, can you see? Listen, everybody, can y'all see Doggie? Because I cannot see him.
I see him. We like everybody in the chat saying they good. They see him too.
Oh, so hey, it is what it is. Go ahead, Doggie.
Yeah. Go ahead, Knowledge.
I just want to say, of course, salute to Doggie Diamonds, one of my early inspirations. You know what I'm saying? Gave me great advice in the beginning of my career. One of the I remember we was in the Diamond District studio. You know what I'm saying? The Heat Maker studio. And that was one of the first time we really got a chance to chop it up. And, Doggie walked up to me and my team. He said, yo, man, it's either you going to be chasing a girl or you're going to be chasing your dream. That was one of the first things he told me. And I remember, it was like some of the guys went for the girls. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to say, Knowledge, I'm definitely proud of you in your platform, because one thing that you didn't do that many people do is that you didn't stop. And tough times don't last, but tough people do. And I know it's times where you probably wanted to quit. You was dealing with a lot of politics, but early on I tried to prepare you for what was to come. And then you end up seeing how at least you got a warning, so you knew how to deal and navigate through it.
Most definitely.
So, this gonna happen, that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen, and you're gonna be good. You're going, it's always gonna be an obstacle. And the messed up thing is Black men, some of our biggest obstacles come from our own people because they don't understand, right? So they think they gotta go into systems. They think systems validate them. So they want to sign with this one and be with this one. So when you on this independent level and you're doing it from the ground up, they think that we're not as big or we're not as important because we're not in the system, right? But when you do a deal, you're making a deal, right? What is the prerequisite to the deal, right? And what type of deal are you in? Because whenever you go into somebody else's structure, you're going into their structure and you got to follow what they want you to do, or they're not going to give you the monies. So now, many people go in blind. They think about the money, but you don't know sometimes your IP, which is an intellectual property. You got to give that up. Sometimes you got to give your name up. Sometimes you can't even have your YouTube no more. Sometimes the footage you put out, they own. So you not going into the structures and not going into the deal, you able to amass 200,000-300,000 subscribers. You able to put out your content how you did, because I know early on it was then I'm not going to put it out there. It was a particular company that tried to get you under them, and you might have ran under it thinking that was better for you. But in the long run, you realize how independence was your freedom.
Yes, 100%.
So independence, if we want to liken it to slavery, what was the thing? To be free, independent from your slave master. It's the same concept when we dealing with this content that we create. I know that Doggie Diamonds made this. Doggie Diamonds made this banner. Doggie Diamonds made this old logos in Photoshop. Everything is my creation. Everything comes from my mind. So how can somebody own what I birthed through my mind?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point of the independence. So when I seen Hip Hop Is Real, it was probably like maybe 5-6 years ago. That how long y'all been in existence? Correctly.
We're gonna be 10 years in March.
Yeah, because I was gonna say actually, I was gonna
2013.
say, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say 2012. So I seen your birth. I seen you doing 1,000 views. I seen 200 views, and then you came when I had Miss DR on there, and you end up getting the interview. I'm like, go ahead, do y'all, because I never been stingy with other creators. So that was a misnomer on me, that I'm selfish with other creators. I'm all for myself. No, it's room. And plus, you a black man named Knowledge the God. So why wouldn't I give to the God? You understand what I'm saying?
Nah,
I'm hard on
love.
the devil. I've been hard on the devil, but I can never be hard on God, because I am God. I want to walk with God. I want to talk with God. So when you came with that name and you came with what you was doing, and I never seen you play yourself. You understand what I'm saying? I never seen you play yourself. And you took the jewels that I was able to give you in your infantile state, and you was able to crawl, walk, and run. And now you got your own legs to where you able to have people do interviews for you. So I'm like, oh shit, this nigga's styling now.
Much
You know what I'm
love,
saying?
man.
So I look back and I be so proud. I be like, see, man, because I'm only going to be good in this culture as the fruit that's bare from the roots that I planted, right? And I can't take credit for you, because you got to take credit for you. But I know that some of the sound advice that I gave you 12 years ago, you was able to, 10 years ago, you was able to take.
Most
And
definitely.
look at you now. What the hell are you doing? Then look at you now. So again, I'm proud of it. And that's what's smart. He's somebody I met downtown Brooklyn one day, but I saw him on Sinetta, and this downtown Brooklyn. He like, you got the camera now? Let's go. I'm like, nigga, I'm down here bullshitting, shopping. So his intellect, I was like, because I'm attracted to intellect. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm attracted to knowledge, and that's what's funny. That's your name. I'm attracted because I know that I can learn from you, and I know that I could get something from you that I might not have to put into my own chamber. So I was like, yo, this kid talking different. So first I started thinking, hold up, is he full of shit or is real? But when I seen him, he never wavered from his stance. So I said, oh, nah, he the real deal. And he doubling down, he tripling down, and then he's spreading the word. He's spreading what he's about. And I just had to respect it. So I'm like, yo, you know what? All right, we on to something. So when he hit me to come on tonight, because we've been building back and forth. Like I said, we supposed to probably do this 10 years ago.
Facts.
When he hit me to come on, I was like, oh, I got to come on because knowledge. I don't know why the fuck you ain't been on my shit yet.
Yo, Doggie, you know, anytime, brother, anytime, man.
Yeah.
I'm at your service, brother. Like, come on, Doggie. You
Yeah,
an OG in this game for me, man. Like, it's an honor. Everything you saying to me, man, I'm honored, like, beyond belief. You know what I'm saying? Like, I follow your blueprint, a lot of things you did as well. So it's like getting this from you, man, and like myself, like, one of the most important things was I feel like we grew a lot also from the conscious community. Not only was we dealing with the hip hop, but the conscious community is what gave me the information and the power to be who I am today as well. So
but it started with you having the knowledge of yourself, because without the knowledge of yourself, you can't go into consciousness because you're gonna be lost, right?
That's
so
That's
you
real.
had the solid foundation to go in there, so you was able to use discernment, what was bullshit and what was real, and extract what you needed and throw other shit away.
Exactly.
So you're able to take that and build your platform, because we into nation building, right? All of us got our own nation. You got smart, you got knowledge, you got Doggie Diamonds. But when we take the nations and put them together, now we got, look at the numbers, because I was talking to my partner. I said, yo, we got to start crunching these numbers, man. We can't say, I got this, you got this, you got that. When we crunch these numbers, we put them together. So why do you think T-Mobile bought Sprint?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because they crunched the numbers. Hold up, you got what billion? But So hold on, we could do more together than we could do apart, because now that's 10 billion. You know what? Let's do this. But as black men, and through mental illness, through PTSD, and through trauma, we're taught that we have to compete to each other. And that's post-traumatic slave syndrome, because on the plantation, we had to compete for everything. We had to compete to be the biggest buck. We had to compete. And it was so sad that I was mad when they was taking you away, because I thought you was going to a better place. You was going to another place to get beat and be enslaved. But I didn't know that, though, because I thought any place would be better than here. So my thing is, we look at the Euros who sit down with each other. They sit across from each other. Some of the Euros got 5 million subscribers, and they sit across from each other and laugh at us. And we so busy trying to compete with these crumbs. I'm so sick of that shit. I'm like, yo, this is our culture. We create the narratives of our culture. We can speak on our culture because we out in the street, we out and about, we built this shit, and we the least paid and the least acknowledged in our culture. No, right. It's time to take that back. You know what I'm saying? But I talk for a living. I'm gonna give one of y'all the floor.
No, Doggie, listen. But I think what you were saying was so important, right? And part of us taking it back is the No Labels tour. Yes. And part of us taking it back is doing the tour. And a lot of people think the first part of No Labels tour is gonna be performances. No, it's gonna be a seminar. I'm showing people the science of self-reliance. And I think I'm so glad for us to have this type of collaboration years later, so you can see that I never changed, right? Like, I stay consistent with my views, and so have you, and so have knowledge. Like, that's what you call integrity, right? Like, a lot of people, they front runners. They look good for the first 2 miles of the marathon, and then when you get 50, 20 miles in, you see who they really are, come out, right? So we've maintained integrity. Knowledge has maintained integrity. Doggie Diamonds has maintained integrity. So I'm super excited about it. Now, with the No Labels tour, what we're gonna be doing is I'm showing artists, content creators, business owners how to monetize, how to, create ads for yourself, how to seek out proper consultation, how to be successful in the music business if the music industry overlooks you. Right. And
yes.
Smart, can I stop you for 1 second, real quick? Like, one thing that kind of like stuck out is the music business versus the music industry. If you could elaborate on why there's a difference.
Right. So again, so music. So you have you have industry, right? You have industry, then you have and then you have business, right? So when we have products, right? There's an abundance of products, but there's not an abundance of institutions, right? So there's institutions that's in the industry. Institutions like distribution companies, LVMHs, media powerhouses such as Vivendi, which owns Viacom, right? So these people from other cultures, they were able to build and own and control institutions in a diverse industry. But the business of music is I'm an artist. I create content. I write songs. I have merch. So the business of music is direct to consumer. Okay. And what I'm saying is how to be successful in the music business, meaning the music is nothing more than a commercial used to promote products you own or services you provide, or products you promote or services you promote. So once you understand how music is used for business, then you can actually go into business for yourself, right, separate from an industry controlled by people who run these institutions that are record labels, Empire, etc., etc. So with the No Labels tour, I'm going to be teaching artists and content creators how to do it. For an example, shout out to Dave East. I was on Dave East's video shoot yesterday, right? And Dave East has a song out called Rules on his album Book of David. Phenomenal album. It's a good brother of mine, right? And they shooting the video, and I couldn't help to think, why is there only number 1 and number 2 pencils? What if Dave East had an actual pencil that he was highlighting during that video, right? So music is a commercial for a product that you own. So I'm going to teach artists how to develop a product that is relevant to the music they create, and that is the business of music.
Yeah, and let me add in really quick. One of the things that we make the mistake on is that we forgetting. We chase the bag, but you're the bag. Secure yourself. You are the bag, right? Because if you're not in right mind, body, and soul, you ain't gonna get shit anyway, right? So you got to be right within yourself. And see, I believe in, I don't chase anything, I attract it. I'm gonna be real with you. I attract everything. I don't chase anything because this ain't no Tom and Jerry shit. This ain't no Speedy Gonzalez and the Roadrunner shit. You know what I'm saying? I attract everything. I sit down and I say, yo, this is what I'm doing today. I already know what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. Did you know that? I already know what time I'm eating. I already know what I'm eating. Rich men have 3 suits. Why? So they don't have to sit there and worry about what they're gonna wear. That's a waste of time. One thing that us as a people got to realize is that we don't have time. These individuals have a 400 or 500 year head start on us, right? So we keep saying, at the top of the year, I'm going to do this. How you know you're going to be here for the top of the year?
Right.
But what did you leave for legacy? See, I'm big on legacy. I know that I'm cemented in hip-hop history forever by the things I did. And I'm going to even show y'all something because showing and proving is bigger than talking, because you got a lot of people who like to talk, but a lot of people don't have receipts and show and prove. So I seen somebody in the comments say, Nori is bigger than Doggie. You absolutely right, but he's in an institution, in a system. I'm independent. Listen,
right.
Let me show you something. But let me show you
the reason why I started doing that, I don't necessarily agree with you all the time. I'm an asshole. You're an asshole. Yes, you are.
Okay.
But I love the accountability take. I love the fact that you face on. And if it wasn't for you, there would not be a Dream Champ.
shut the fuck up.
Right.
Drop the bomb on them.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to realize me at a level of integrity, never ran around, never did no monkey shit, never was into killing my people, never degraded women, never did anything. And now I had billboards in Times Square and made it on Revolt Television, being Doggie Diamonds. You know how hard it is to sit in my shoes, to sit in my seat? 38 Special made a list of his top hip-hop journalists, and his criteria was the love of the culture, honesty, and integrity. So you think I care about Jim Jones' list?
Right.
He talked about everybody who was in the system. I was number 1 based off of honesty, integrity, and love of the culture. That's more than anything. You understand what I'm saying? So again, y'all talk about this revolt. Y'all talk about these systems. I'm not going to never go into those systems because I know what it takes. I'm going to lose me. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what people don't know is that all of us are dealing with our own fights. Like, 'cause I don't know what's going on in your household. You don't know what's going on in my household, right? But look at us. We still come out fighting every day. We still up for the fight. So how could somebody tell me somebody is bigger than me when I planted the seeds for them to be big where they at?
But Doggie, let me just say this, right? Because what I never do is, I don't, shout out to everybody. Certain comments I don't respond to because the whole goal is to promote the No Labels tour. Doggie Diamonds.
But I'm gonna say something to you, Smart. An uncontested lie starts to look like the truth, and people start running with narratives. Because that's the second time I heard that today. So I just felt the need to say, yo, listen. But No Labels tour, listen. The No Labels tour is that when you say no labels, everything is based off a label. Labels validate everything. So it ain't Ralph though. That was Kanye's whole thing. Sway was telling him, bro, you got the blueprint to do what you got to do your own thing. So he ran with the label of Ralph Lauren. It ain't Ralph, so it's not valid.
Right.
So we think labels validate us. So when you strip the label, go ahead, Smart. Go ahead.
No, it's good. So and I wanna backtrack a little bit because you said something that I wanted to piggyback off on, right? Like we talk about leaving legacy, right? And one of the things that we're doing on the No Labels Tour is teaching people financial formulas for retirement. One of the formulas that I've created is living expenses times 3 times 12 times 100 is your retirement. So whatever your living expenses, is times that times 3 times 12 times 100, right? And then you leverage your youthful years to accumulate that money. So we're going to be showing people how to actually create that financial legacy, how to create an educational institutional legacy as well. And the No Labels Tour, we have the answers, and the answer is direct to consumer. And Sway did have the answer. And what Sway was trying to get Kanye to understand, like, I'm gonna get all people to understand when they attend the No Labels Tour, is how to scale direct to consumer. Okay. And I know a lot of people, are gonna be afraid of this. And one thing about me, Knowledge knows this. Doggie knows this. I don't bite my tongue, but I realize that, a lot of people are going to try to create confusion because, they're either working for the other side or they've been a victim to the other side so long that they don't realize that we're going to definitely create $100 million tour with the power of the people. Which brings me to my next point and question I wanted to ask you, Doggie.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying my best not to interject because I was like, damn, he's dropping so many jewels. So legacy, you mentioned legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Teach people that your retirement is 100 years of living expenses. That covers 2 generations. Because everybody talks about generational wealth, but they don't go into detail. What is in your portfolio? Do you own land? I'm teaching people the importance of, on the No Labels Tour, we're teaching people the importance of dual citizenship, having land in Africa, having land in Haiti. Okay. America is not the future. Africa is. We're also teaching people that you need to use your young years to accumulate as much living expenses as possible. And then you need to have a diverse portfolio once you have a certain amount of money and assets. The next thing you talked about is you attract everything.
Mm-hmm.
We attract by using our subconscious mind. I have a slogan: how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So a lot of artists, content creators, they're going to attend the No Labels Tour because they don't realize how powerful their minds is.
When you're supreme minds, like, see,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that how I've been able to gain myself, right? Because I want to tell people I conquered obesity, I conquered depression, I conquered anxiety, I conquered PTSD, and I conquered trauma. Now, how I did that, because that's one of the biggest things that our community faces is, people who have been living in shit for 20 years, they don't even smell it no more.
Right.
People, pissy hallways don't stink to people no more. You understand what I'm saying? Human shit in the elevator, don't step in that. You understand what I'm saying? So you get used to conditions that's not normal. You get used to smacking a roach off the wall. That's not normal. So my thing to people was, for me, I had to find a way to extract myself from these situations and say, you know what? This is what I've been doing. I've been doing the same thing over and over, not getting results. How about I try this, right? How about I do this and I'm not a failure at anything? So if I try some shit and I dedicate myself, when I lost 40 pounds in the first month, people just saying, yo, you sick? No, motherfucker, you see me riding this bike 22 miles every day. You see me changing my diet. I said, yo, I've been eating burgers for 35 years. I could give myself 21 days and not eat a burger. And you'd be surprised. But I had to realize how strong my mind was, because as black men and black people, all we being taught is how weak we are. How this, you ain't gonna be this, you ain't gonna be that. If you're not this, if you're not rich, you're not that. So I started realizing, hold on. I'm Doggie Diamonds. Diamonds is formed under pressure. Look at how I'm formed under the pressure that I've been into life. And look at how I'm exuding greatness, right? And The diamond is not the physical thing. I'm the jewel. I'm the rare precious stone that's, when it's rough and rugged, it don't even look like nothing. But when it's polished and cut, look how I am. That's when I said, yo, I'm going to look like this.
Okay.
I'm 185, 90 a pound. So I manifested itself because I looked at what I wanted. I looked at my, and I'm going to let you go. But how it started is I went in the mirror one day. I was 295 pounds. I looked in the mirror and I said, who the fuck is this? I looked at myself and I said, who is this? Is this me? Like, is this what I'm supposed to be? Am I supposed to be this at this age? I said, I never tried to lose weight. I might be successful, but I had 2 pints of Haagen-Dazs and 4 boxes of Girl Scout cookies, and I rocked all them shits. And I went up to 300, and I said, I'm at 300 right now, and that's it. Now my life begins. So what happened was talking to myself.
Doggie, let me interject real quick. Now check it out. What we teaching on the No Labels tour is actually how to create reinforcement, right?
Positive reinforcement. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how to create reinforcement, you know, of new information, right? And how to reprogram the subconscious mind, right? So I want to always bring it back. I want to always bring it back to the No Labels tour because it's very important that even your process, I don't think a lot of people realize how, like they say, easier said than done, right? Mm-hmm. So if it's easier said than done, why not say it? Because when you speak things into existence.
Facts.
Right? So a lot of times on the No Labels tour, what I'm going to be teaching people is how to speak it and to do it. Because a lot of times you're not doing either. Because if you speak it, if you keep talking it, you're going to manifest it. Because the universe only brings to you what you talk about, what you think about. So when people say it's easier said than done, yeah, you ain't even saying it. Because if you say it enough, you're speaking into existence because how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion.
As a man,
becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. Like you said, as a man thinketh, so as she become. So knowledge. I wanted to touch on something, right? Because both of you guys have tremendous platforms, right? And Doggie, what I told Knowledge was the future is going to be about guys like you building, streaming services and stuff like that, right? How important is it for the up and coming content creator to be more technically inclined?
For me, I would say it's one of the most important things, if not the most important. I feel like for me, having the idea and being creative was one thing, but having my partner T, who is able to build the platform, build the website, understand the technicalities of how to do certain things that whether I wasn't, it wasn't like just my thing or I just wasn't excited in doing it as much, but the technicality is what creates the platform. It's what creates everything. Being technical as far as knowing the technology and how to use it, that's what it is. After that, we can be as creative as we want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're naturally creative. We're going to be able to come up with different things and different scenarios. And that's the fun part. The technical part, sometimes for some people, is the more difficult aspect. And that's where a lot of people get stuck. People get excited. Yo, this is what we're going to do. I'm excited about it. But then when it comes to the actual development of it, that's when it's like people start running away. It only becomes a few left. And so that's why I think the technical aspect of it is really one of the most important parts of future content creators. Like, you have to know how to build your platform. You have to know how to build other platforms. You have to create the new thing that people are going to follow through, because that's what people are going to be attracted to. We don't like a lot of things you tell me what I'm looking at as well. Is like, yes, we do have to create the next Twitter, the next YouTube, because it's going to be it. So are we going to just wait for it, or are we going to actively create it? Are we going to try to create the next podcast or the next show, or are we going to create the next technology that can be used? And that's what the new content creators or the new future creators have to think about.
Now, Doggie, I want you to, because this is we some high level motherfuckers, right? So, Doggie, I'm curious to hear, what do you feel is going to assist in creating a more interest in learning and developing technology for people in our culture?
First of all, everything starts with discipline. Everything starts with discipline. Without discipline, you lost as a man or woman. Discipline is what makes you go home to your husband or wife at night. Discipline is what makes you get your check and realize you got to pay your bills opposed to going to the strip club or drink. So I'm a disciplined man. I don't get no ass. I don't got no girl. This is my work. This is my life right here. So I want to show y'all something, and this is how real it is. So when you see the results that I yield, this is why, because I'm disciplined. So as I'm sitting here with y'all, I'm on Photoshop. This is the video that I did today, right? I do my own artwork. This, y'all, this is my buckshot interview that I'm editing as we talk. I'm editing my own interview. I'm doing my own artwork, and I'm uploading stuff to my own website that I built. And I'm on Spotify Music because I just upload the beat that I did. This is what I'm saying, bro. So I could, listen, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I could be living my life, but I did all that shit already. You know what I'm saying? And respect to anybody who's into different things. There is not one bottle of liquor that I could have that I didn't have. There's not one woman that I could have that I didn't have. But one thing I never did, I never fulfilled my destiny. And through the discipline, through this hard work, everything is going to come to me because this brings everything. That don't bring this.
Right.
This is what I love. If I don't create, I'm going to die.
Okay, now.
Because I don't know how. Remember what I said to you in the gym? I said, yo, bro, I don't know how to quiet the noise in my head. So I got to keep moving. I got to keep working. I got to keep doing shit. Go ahead, Smart.
So let me say this now. For everybody watching, look at what these brothers are saying, right? Now, with the No Labels tour, this is what I'm teaching. There's websites like pluralsight.com, pluralsight.com, Udemy. There's these websites that teach you how to write code, teach you how to how to computer program and stuff like that. See, a lot of times we're conditioned to be consumers and not curators, right? We're conditioned to be consumers and not curators. So on the No Labels tour, I'm teaching people the proper mindset that you need going into skill acquisition, right? So now you guys see what Doggie's doing, right? You know, we talking No Labels tour, the science of self-reliance. So now, once you're being self-reliant, now you can evolve and you can scale that self-reliance. So now what Doggie Diamonds is going to do is he's going to build a streaming service. He's going to develop a paywall, right? He's going to create a subscription-based platform with a paywall. He's going to grow those subscribers, and then he's going to keep the data of the subscribers and use the data as leverage to sell to advertisers, right? And he already understands how to integrate AI and augmented reality with the data that he's accumulated from his subscribers.
Now as you say that, I'm building an app.
Right.
This is actual facts. I'm building that node.
So listen.
It's in beta right now. But let me give you another one. I'm gonna give them a jewel. This is for free.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
So on the No Labels tour, this is what we're doing. I'm showing people how to scale. I'm showing people it's about perspective. It's about the mind. One of the things that they can't take from me or discredit is I have neuromelanin. So my brothers are using their neuromelanin. They're tapping into their pituitary glands. And we're going to show the people how to do it. Go ahead, Doggie.
So what happened was
fire.
Because of my content, because of what I've been speaking about for the past few years, YouTube is not kind to me, right? Some of my videos get blocked. So this is what I did. Let me take my motherfucking glasses off. So what I did was I say, okay, this is a system of AI and programming. We built the system didn't build us. How can I beat the system? So this is what I did.